Welcome to the Pre-Snap Podcast presented by LineStar. This is the Props Edge Plus edition, week 2, giving you the best bets on PrizePicks this week. Week 2, here we go, Tyler. Let's go. Last week we absolutely crushed it. So looking for another good week. Let's give you a look at what we did last week. Cooper Kupp, check that off. Jameis Winston went under in his rushing prop. Matt Stafford gave us a couple picks.
Yep. Only
Adam
needed one.
Thielen, though, oh man, he went under that.
Sorry.
It was the Justin Jefferson show in that game.
Oh yeah, it was.
Josh Allen, though, delivered on your prop, Tyler, over 6.5 rushing attempts. So 4 for 5, that ain't bad on PrizePicks. If you don't already have the PrizePicks app, be sure to download it. New users who deposit at least $10 can get up to $100 of your deposit. Match, use promo code BETFULLY. Week 2, we got some good bets for you. We're going to give you 3 of our best value plays according to LineStar, the Props Edge Plus tool that basically gives you the best edge in terms of the sports books that you can find on PrizePicks. So we'll do the top 3 value, and then Tyler and I will both each have our own. So here we go. First one.
I love it.
We got Pat Freiermuth. Over 3.5 receptions. That is minus 180 in the sportsbook. So getting really good value on PrizePicks going up against the New England Patriots. We project him to have at least 4 receptions in this game. Week 1, he had 5 receptions on 10 targets for 75 yards. And he's hit this mark in 8 of the last 10 games last season. And that was actually against some really good defenses, Chicago, Cleveland. They both finished top 5 in passing yards per game allowed, so it wasn't like he did that against teams who were bad by any means at all. So that's looking like a really good bet for this weekend against New England.
I think it is, and we know Trubisky likes to focus on the tight end a little bit. In my personal projections, I have it over 4 as well, so I really like this bet. Minus 180 is just insane value, and so I really like it. I will be definitely hitting it.
This is not the same Patriots defense that we've seen dominate. Bill Belichick, I don't know, this defense.
I'm sure he will figure it out, but he hasn't yet.
So we're going to make some money off of that fact. Let's check out Kyle Pitts, over 47.5 receiving yards, minus 145. I know you've been high on Kyle Pitts since before this season. Now, he's hit this in 11 of 17 games last season. What do you make of this particular prop that you like?
The Rams on their own, like, they don't scare me that much as a defense to take me away from Kyle Pitts here, and he's just an exceptional talent. We have him projected at 57 yards. I think 47 is just way too low, and he should hit it fairly easy.
Yeah, going up against the Rams, who in 2021 finished 17th in yards allowed to tight ends.
The other thing here is that there's a really good chance that Atlanta has to throw the ball a little bit more. Last week, they got into a big lead, didn't really have to rely on the pass at all, and Pitts didn't have that good of a game. This game is likely going to go much different. The Rams just got blown out. They're going to want to take it to the Falcons.
Jacoby Brissett, under 9.5 rushing yards, minus 145 in the sports books, going up against the Jets, who only allowed 63 rushing yards, believe it or not, last week against the Ravens. Granted, they were without their best running backs, but they also just allowed 17 to Lamar Jackson. Jacoby Brissett is no Lamar Jackson.
Definitely not.
So, not thinking he hits this one.
Yeah, and I think this number is just kind of high. He went over that in only 1 of 6 games last season. He shouldn't have too much of an issue today, and I would expect Chubb and Hunt to just run the show, and the whole offense kind of rely around those running backs.
Right. So those are our best value plays on LineStar. Again, you can check out that Props Edge tool, LineStarApp.com. Now let's get to our picks for this weekend on PrizePicks. Tyler, who are you going with?
I'm going with the Trey Lance over 38.5 rushing yards. That's at minus 145. He's going against Seattle. He has been over this in 3 of his 4 starts since last season, and he had 54 rushing yards last week with no Eli Mitchell. I think they're going to probably call a couple extra designed runs for him, and I don't think 38.5 is going to be too hard for him to hit.
Well, I am going with a Georgia Bulldog. It's a big weekend for the Bulldogs. We've got our first SEC game against South Carolina, so I had to pick a Bulldog. I'm going with George Pickens over 2.5 receptions, minus 165 in the sports books. Now, I know he only had 1 reception for 3 yards in week 1. However, in week 1, the Patriots defense was 20th against the pass, a far cry from that number 2 passing defense from a year ago. They don't have J.C. Jackson anymore. Hey, they didn't draft Pickens in the 2nd round to have him not catch some passes there. Mm-hmm. Go Dogs in this one. That's all I have to say about that.
I like it. I like it.
Not only are we going to beat the Gamecocks, but George Pickens could have a nice game.
It's a big weekend for you.
Just need him to get 3
big
receptions.
Big weekend for you. You're going against Ryan in fantasy football. You're going against his college football team. Oh, boy. Big rivalry here in LineStar.
To recap our picks for this week on PrizePicks, we've got Pat Freiermuth over 3.5 receptions. Kyle Pitts over 47.5 receiving yards. Jacoby Brissett under 9.5 rush yards. Tyler's pick is Trey Lance over 38.5 rush yards. And my pick, George Pickens, over 2.5 receptions. So those are our picks on PrizePicks. Remember, you can tail us or you can fade us too. We won't be offended. You have to download the PrizePicks app. Link is below. Use promo code Bethely. Get your deposit matched up to $100. Good deal there. And check out LineStarApp.com. That's where we're getting all of this information and stats that we use to help make our bets for this week. It's called the Props Edge Plus tool. It was just added to LineStar recently. So get that subscription, $29.99 per month. Take advantage of it. Start making that money. Let's get it this week. Week 2. Good luck on all your prop bets, senior sports betting, and daily fantasy as well. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys. Good luck. Make some money.